What's up? We back here with Candid Talk. It's your boy Winta Harris.
Shawn White.
You already know how we do when we come on the show, talk about some topics and be as candid as possible. You know what I'm saying? But no, we don't really try to stir up shit.
Nah.
But at the same time, we want to talk about the shit that everybody want to avoid.
Create conversation. That's what it's all about.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
So today on the show, we're going to be talking about being a love punching bag.
Ooh!
What's a love punching bag in your definition? You know what I'm saying?
In my opinion, a love punching bag is an individual who takes those shots for their partner. Just like a boxer throws it at a punching bag trying to practice or whatnot and train, but it's no good. People take like disrespect, they take neglect, they take criticism, all in the name of love. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I call it love punching bag. Yeah.
I'm 100 with you right there. That's exactly the same definition I would go with.
Right.
Is you taking some shit that you probably shouldn't from somebody because you think you love them.
Right.
You know, that's the super dumbest down way.
Yeah.
You taking some bullshit. So, like, that love punching bag shit, have you ever been in that situation?
Man, let me tell you something. I've been on both sides of the coin. I done been a love punching bag, and because I was a love punching bag for so long, I ended up being, you know what I'm saying, using someone as a love punching bag.
That's a fact.
I've been on both sides. Yeah.
They say hurt people.
Sure.
So you want to share a little bit, like maybe we can learn something about it or get some understanding on it maybe?
Definitely. So I'll probably go with the relationship that I had probably when I was in college. I met a young lady or whatnot. She seemed cool at first, you know, but what I didn't know is she had like certain insecurities from dealing with men.
Damn.
And I mean,
I
like,
hate that, man.
It was like terrible insecurities. I'm talking about like dating someone you think is only for you and like driving across like from Atlanta to Savannah to bail them out of jail because they got locked up.
Oh nah, she tripping.
And then, but wait a minute though, like maybe a few days later after you bail him out, somebody called and be like, yeah, this is his wife. I want you to stay away from my husband, like cold, you know what I'm saying? But this somebody you've been with for a while, like a year or so, you know what I'm saying?
Damn, dog.
So I'm like, damn right. So,
damn,
yeah, she had certain insecurities and stuff like that. And from time to time, when she felt like I'd be in the wrong or doing something I ain't got no business outside of a relationship, she used me as a love punching bag, you know what I mean? And try and make me feel bad and talk down to me and you this and you that. And I know you just like every other man. I'm like, damn. But I sit there and take it because I'm like, all right, let me just be patient because I get where she's coming from because she dealt with a lot. Damn. But that was unhealthy for me. I'm like, you know what? I ain't got nothing to do with who you dealt with. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta accept that for what that was and move forward with me. But it just got real ugly on some a thin line between love and hate type shit. Wait, that's another episode. You know what I'm talking about? That's something completely different, you know? But then I took those certain scars into my next relationship and placed it on to the woman that I was dealing with.
Yeah,
you know
probably
what I'm saying?
doing the same thing back.
Doing the same thing back, like feeling a certain way because she wouldn't respond how I needed her to in certain situations in a relationship.
Damn.
And that was a problem. And that took a while to try and like maneuver through that, you know?
Yeah. That reminded me of like when we was talking when we had with Kia, when we was pretty much talking about like the relationship when you still take that damage into that next relationship.
Yeah, to that next one.
Yo, another thing, I feel like one of the biggest love punching bag situations is really with family. Like a lot of times, like especially I've gone through it a lot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the people I thought that loved me the most was really the people that's putting me down, or like putting certain insecurities in me based on them sometimes, or based on the way they felt about me, and I didn't know that they looked down on me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just like somebody that's like saying they like for example, like I had a cousin. Pretty much that was rocking with me after I lost my mom. Like I was just stressed out. Like it got to a point, lost my job and shit like that. Couldn't afford the bills anymore. I was like, damn, I gotta get the fuck out of here. I was living in New York, left, and I went down to Virginia and shit like that, right? So I'm thinking that like we rocking, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking that you got my back,
help you,
pushing me forward and shit like that. But what I realized after a while of like, when I think about it, it's like a lot of the insecurities that person had was passing it down. Like as far as like moving, like, cause you know me, I'm an entrepreneur. So I believe in being able to achieve things that most people think they can't.
Go after.
So everything that I'm doing, technically I never got any support with anything I was doing except for like, yeah, you can do it. I'm like, all right, that's indirect support, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'd rather have some direct support.
Hands on, sure.
And then it got to a point where I realized that I was just there to, I guess, help them in whatever way that they needed me in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Whether it be emotional, financial, or just having that person there. Cause you know what I'm saying? Like it was just like, that shit fucks you up.
It does.
And
it does.
I feel like when you get it from family, you normally let it happen a little bit longer, at least in my opinion. Especially when it's like from a brother or a sister or somebody that you look at like that. Right. And then sometimes your parents. That's the worst one. I've seen that happen to like my nieces and my cousins, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, so
you know what?
That
crazy?
Punching bag shit is crazy, bro.
Yeah, bro. You know what's crazy, and oof, this is really opening up here. But I've noticed on my dad's side, they dealt with a certain level of trauma that is so ugly, it would take years to get over with. And I feel like that relates to a lot of people in the black community. I'm talking about generations of just trauma or whatnot. Fact. But the problem is they never dealt with it.
That's the problem. That's the problem overall.
And so the thing is, when you never deal with trauma, that goes down to your children. And it goes to your children's children. It's a never-ending cycle, you know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
And because of that, you can love your family or whatnot, but you can love them just enough, but love yourself more enough to not be a love punching bag.
That's a fact. Like I separate like in the family relative joint, like I was saying before, man, I separate from certain people. You a relative to me, but that don't necessarily mean you family. Blood don't mean shit. At the end of the day,
that's true.
It's really about the relationship we have. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Like, shit, I talk to you more than some of the people I got as relatives and shit like that.
I feel you on that. I had to cut certain ones off, bro, just for my own peace of mind, because I'm like, look, you not dealing with your certain issues and what I'm telling you about yourself, and we spoke about this before, I think, like, we don't allow that from friendships, we don't allow that from people we date in relationships, so why we finna accept that from our so-called family just because you blood? No, you finna get the same short end of the stick.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta peace out sometimes, man, just for your own mental state and your own peace.
That's a fact. Just to point out one last thing I just thought about right now, where you can actually probably receive some love punching bag. Maybe it's like from a job or some shit, if you got like a shitty boss, but your love of money, or maybe your love for that job, you know what I'm saying, it's keeping you there, but you're not realizing that you're taking a lot of abuse. It's like mental abuse too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
I've been there before.
It also programs you to take that shit the more you deal with it. So like repetition, you getting the reps in, like you just getting punched in the face, you get used to getting punched in the face and you expect it. You know what I'm saying? That's just like the damaged people from abusive relationships. They kind of push people to abuse them. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same shit. That's really love punch bag. That's
it really is, bro.
Abusive relationships. That's overall what they are. So it's like, let's break it down now, because I feel like let's find out. Is it any way to notice when that shit is like occurring, or because I feel like I have my ways. I feel like I set my own standards where I won't let like certain things pass. Like I feel like if you're a liar, I don't like liars, so I don't let people lie to me. That's one way I'm like, oh, all right, you lied, that's a trigger.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You steal, that's a trigger. Yeah, major if you steal.
Oh, big time, big time.
No,
because I'm looking for you.
So it's like, let's put together maybe like 5 triggers or something like that
of a love punching bag. Yeah, I think that would be great.
To see it coming, you know what I'm saying? Maybe somebody don't even know that they in one right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's probably the worst, I'm gonna be honest. Because I've seen it and it's almost like a normal relationship. You feel it's normal because you've been in that.
You just said repetition, because you're used to it.
So what would you say would be like one trigger to kind of point out or see it coming? Like, oh, you probably should look out for this.
See it coming. I'd say probably neglect. In my eyes, neglect. You know what I mean? Like whenever you bring your frustrations or whatever you're dealing with in your relationship to your partner and they just completely don't hear you out at all or take it in consideration. Yeah, neglect. That'd be my number one, for sure. Add on to that thing.
I think my number one overall is somebody that listens. right? If they don't listen. It's almost like the same thing that you said with neglect, but it's a neglect in a different way. But it's actually almost the same shit, because if you're not listening to somebody, then you're not fully embracing where they're coming from anyway. So it's literally like the same thing.
Yeah.
But to like neglect in general is just, that's like the key. Like if you're not even getting attention like this,
looking
visually
at all. Nah.
That listening shit, I think neglect probably number one, but listening is probably going to happen before that full neglect.
For your full
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm going to say listening. If somebody not hearing you out or they not trying to hear your side, that they probably they're listening to react.
Right.
And that's normally what somebody that's going to use you as a punching bag does. They just listen like, that's how you feel?
Right. But what what about you though? What you mean? Like, nah.
Stay away from that.
Yeah, that's a dub. That's a dub.
All right, so that's 2, neglect, listening. What would you say is another?
Let me see. I'm trying to look for the direct word of it, because we still like trying to give that vocab word. But I was saying like, no, you know what? Guilt shaming. That's the best way I can put it, because I was thinking about what if a person, like, whenever that goes with the listen neglect, you bring something up, but they're trying to make you feel guilty about whatever you're trying to bring to them or whatnot.
Fact.
You know what I mean? Like trying to flip it on you instead of recognizing what you're trying to say. That's another sign of you being a love punching bag. For sure. For sure.
Lack of accountability. I'm gonna go right with that. See, I'm gonna just feed off what you say and go.
What I'm going with, I'm got there laid up to you.
Because lack of accountability, somebody that won't take fault in anything they do, they don't care about you enough to be like, all right, I have some blame in this. You know what I'm saying? Or at the same time, they might be too much of a narcissist.
True.
And a narcissist is not a superior, like a supreme narcissist. Everybody has a little bit of a narcissism in them.
Sure.
But I'm talking about the superior ones, they are automatically set up to beat you down. You know what I'm saying? So if you have one of those, then you literally need to get away from them anyway.
Yeah,
so hell no.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Shit, once again, you gotta close it out.
You always got me closing out, man. God. Okay, let's see. Last one of you being a love punching bag.
Yeah, man.
Let's see. I'd probably say, you might have to help me out on this one.
All right.
On this last one.
So, I feel like overall, we probably should have said this at the top. I think this is the only thing that'll beat out neglect is physical abuse.
Physical abuse.
All right.
Physical abuse.
Yeah. And anybody that's putting their hands on you and you sticking around for physical abuse, you know what I'm saying? That's a point of that's almost fatal sometimes too. So you definitely got to get out of those situations of abuse. You know what I'm saying?
Notice we're talking about like both genders.
Both genders.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, both genders. So
I was raised at a young age. You don't need to be putting your hands on nobody.
That's a fact.
At all.
Most of the relationships when it's abuse is actually coming from a woman. And you see it all the time, but it's never reported. It's a different. You know what I'm saying? And I personally don't play that shit either. Like I tell any woman, I'm like, you damn sure not gonna put your hands on me, because at the same time, what if I react one day?
Exactly.
Or what if I reflex one day?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no.
It's the worst thing.
I don't play like that.
Situation.
Yeah. You shouldn't, and for one, any female, you shouldn't put yourself in a situation like that anyway, because men are men, we are a bit stronger, right?
Sure.
We can't deny that. Now, some of these women are like, they get hit like a nigga. I got shit, my family nigga.
They come with it. Put their shoulder in.
I learned how to fight from one of my cousins. Yeah. Ebony, shit. She talking.
Shout out to Ebony.
Shout out, word. God damn.
Right.
And my sister even had, you know what I'm saying? God damn.
I'm with you.
But I'm just saying, like, putting your hands on a man and vice versa, it's especially in any relationship, it's not, it doesn't rock. You know what I'm saying?
Not at all.
Like, that should only be for defending your life or your family.
Right, I'm with you.
Against others.
Sure.
But yeah, I believe that's, I'm damn sure those are five keys, like triggers, like y'all should pay attention to.
Sure.
But wrapping up, this is your Candid Talk. Once again, another good series. I feel like I like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. You got your man Winta Harris.
Shawn White.
We'll be back with another one coming soon. Peace.